So we want to have this conversation because entrepreneurs all the time run into negative publicity or negative reviews. And so I got a burp. I felt it, man.
You gassy. He gassy.
I smelled it.
Ooh.
What it smell like? Chick-fil-A?
Worst.
You got a food baby or something?
I think so. But I'm good, man. You know, chicks
Everybody
love,
in here pregnant.
my chicks love the
Your chicks.
My chick. She loved my stomach.
He said chicks with an ass.
I will be bleeping that.
That was him.
Yeah, she can definitely whip my ass. She know how that go. Anyway.
Are you getting abused, my friend?
Nah. I will let you know. I winked twice on the pod. Anyway, so this came about because after we shot, I saw a photographer who dealt with negative reviews. Well, a negative review, and he took it upon himself to put it on his website, to talk about it on his story, how do we go about this? He wrote a blog about it, and he was telling people about it. And so I thought it was weird. And then I told, you might have to start the cameras because I'm about to tell the story. Anyway, so you don't understand what that means. Don't worry about it.
I don't have a clue.
Okay, cool. It's cool. So then I was telling you, before we do that, do you know she called me yesterday and was like, can we please go over the outline so I can just understand how this is going to go? She wanted to be super professional.
But you're right. You're right. We're going to stick with that.
Now, what was you going to say? You can say it, sis. Go ahead, say what you want to say.
I'm just last minute for everything that I do.
Oh, we couldn't.
So I wanted to be somewhat prepared.
Yeah, whatever.
Clearly, I didn't prepare my voice, but
you drink cold ass tea.
It's gone.
I'm sorry.
Got about a drop left.
Adios mio.
I didn't know if you were going to be drilling me. Like, do I need to bring the laptop, the handbook?
You got
diploma?
The handbook in front of you.
What do you need?
Nothing. So, then I was telling you yesterday, I was like, I talked about how I worked at a hotel that was accused of taxing black people during CIAA.
Motel 6.
Who? Shut up. Yo, shout out to all the hooker hotels that's out there, man. Y'all doing well. I'm pretty sure COVID got y'all going through it.
They might be doing well.
Yeah, they should be because you can't kick. Well, the problem is you can't kick those people out. Like, I don't know. I think you have to give them like 30 days or something. Don't ask me how I know. I got a plug and a plug and a plug. Don't ask me.
Okay.
So anyway, I was working at a hotel that they got accused of that, and I was a social media coordinator. Everybody knows who I'm talking about now because if you go on my LinkedIn, it's there. And I remember being there, and we dealt with so much bad publicity that my manager, my director quit. She got transferred. The person who was in charge of it, he quit. It was like everybody in that department quit. It was like different department heads, and they knew to get the hell out. My dumb ass stayed. And I told you yesterday how in doing all of this, every interview I did for the next 6 months, it came up. And so I was talking, so I kind of want to go through, because I know a lot of entrepreneurs are going to go through bad publicity. And so I kind of want to hear from you, like, what to do, what should you do? She's about to stop it. There she go. Did you?
Oh.
I paused. There you go. All right. So what should you do when you're dealing with bad publicity as an entrepreneur?
Bad publicity. Well, one, don't say too much.
I
mean, I feel like that's the purpose of a PR.
Okay. Ignore her.
Because whether you're an entrepreneur or whatever the case may be,
yeah.
You already have so many different roles and responsibilities. You may need someone to smooth something over that you either don't have the time or the knowledge to do.
So should somebody like reach out to a publicist at that time? Like, let's talk
whenever they have bad publicity.
Yeah. Like,
should they reach out to a publicist?
Yeah. Or is it something that you should already have one on staff if you feel like you need one?
I feel like it just depends on how big your brand is. And because, I mean, the bigger the brand, gosh, I can't talk. The bigger the brand, the bigger the problems, I think. So if you're just starting out, I don't think that you need to focus on a PR. But you should definitely be mindful in situations like that. Like, you're referencing the photographer who obviously had bad coverage.
Yeah.
He probably knows nothing about PR because he's a photographer.
Absolutely.
So for him to create a blog and to rant on Facebook or whatever else he did, I mean, that's not really your role, bro.
So what should he have done? Just ignore that shit?
At that point, I guess it went. I mean, yeah, that's really what I want to say. You should have ignored it. If it continued or if it was a really big problem, like depending on how many masses it reached, then I feel like, okay, maybe I need to reach out to a professional because I don't really know what I'm saying or doing. Like, for example, Gucci. Remember when Gucci was getting all that backlash for the blackface, and I think the monkeys was H&M.
H&M. That was H&M.
It's always some corporate company coming.
Yeah, some white people
come first. Anyways, but Gucci couldn't just. The photographer wasn't going to reach out in that instance, or the producer. What not the producer, but you have certain people. You put your aces in your spaces. Like you need people who have studied.
I like that.
But aces in your spaces.
Yeah.
For real though.
The young kids teach us stuff. Go ahead.
You know what? You're not that much older than me.
How old are you? Can I ask that?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Great. She's mean. Go ahead.
I'm 45.
Oh yeah, you young. Cool. But go ahead. Aces in your spaces.
Aces in your spaces. But nah, so with Gucci, like your photographer is not going to reach out to the masses at that point because that's not their role. So you need someone who's going to pretty much recreate your brand and smooth all of that over. Just lost my train of thought. But
it's cool. Nah, because I think I remember working at that hotel, and I remember going to them at like 9 o'clock and being like, it's on Facebook. And they were like,
and that's the point when someone should have got on top of that, but they didn't.
Absolutely, because that afternoon it was on ESPN, so it was like black tax, and then nobody could speak about it. They never told me I could not speak about it. So I don't know what paperwork I signed when I worked there.
But imagine if you would have spoke out on it.
Oh yeah, I remember.
As a black man.
Oh my goodness, and that was the other funny.
You probably would have got fired.
Absolutely, and I remember at that time, I look at it. Our PR person was off site. They lived in like Texas somewhere, right? And that was our PR person. She was trying to figure out how to spin it. She had never been to CIAA. She never heard of CIAA. She knew nothing about it. She knew nothing about the crowd. She didn't know like what was other practices. And I told you off air, like what they did wasn't illegal per se, but what made it illegal was using the name that they used to label it. So that's technically like how they got in trouble and things of that nature.
What, the black tax or CIAA?
They use CIAA's name.
Yeah.
And you can't do that with nothing. That's why every club flyer says basketball tournament. They don't say CIAA.
Got you. Because
then CIAA can be seen as responsible. And so you got to pay the money and all this other shit. Even if nothing goes wrong, use their name, you're in trouble. So anyway, I thought that was super interesting. So let's get